been. That's what I will say. But I've got to be honest with you, Albert. You and I both wanted a certain striker in the summer, and we got our man, and we thought, here we go, we're done now. Goal, 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 gunman in the box. He'll get 20 or 30 goals for us in all competitions, and it'll be fine. It doesn't look like he's going to do that, bro. He's not done great. He struggled. I know he scored last night, but he has struggled, and he's not filled me with any confidence that we have got the guys that's going to go and take us across the line. Now, we'll add to that. We might still win the league, and Gyökeres might not score another goal, and I will not give a damn if that happens. I'll be fine with it, right? I'm not going to not celebrate because Gyökeres wasn't scoring. Won the league, but I can't celebrate it because Gyökeres weren't great. I'm not going to care, right? But at the end of the day, he was someone that me and you wanted, and I think we've got a little bit of egg on our face. Or have we? Is it too early? I mean, we are nearly in February. But is it too early? I don't know. What are you saying? Are you still believing he's the guy and the one you want? He's going to win everything for us, or are you starting to doubt that and question it now, like me?
Dad, I'm glad you asked that question. Probably 5 months into his career, because obviously I've seen a lot been said about him. Various other broadcasters, YouTubers, podcasters, whatever way you want to chop it up. It's been very interesting to digest. I say the first thing I would say, Dan and Lee and the people in the chat is social media has been around a long time now. Thank God it wasn't as prominent when Robert Pires and Dennis Bergkamp played for us when they first joined, because they would have been hung, drawn and quartered. Let me just get that out there straight away. And I think, Dan, it's a mixture of Arsenal fans' insatiable appetite, desperation to want to win silverware. And what's kind of happened, I definitely think with Gyökeres, is that kind of lasso's been just chucked around his neck. Now, Dan, I did not think for 1 minute, and I think most Arsenal fans, they're really, really honest, regardless whether you wanted Gyökeres or not, or more so if you did want him, to be fair, with the goals record he had. But he was never going to hit those numbers or even remotely near those numbers coming to England. It's a different ball game when you come and play in the Premier League. And I'm talking about in the entire existence of the Premier League, which is 30 years, maybe more? The top strikers have come to our league. Let's have it right. Yes, some of them have hit the ground running, but a lot of them don't, because it's the physicality side of it and adjusting to English football, because it's not the same in the other European leagues. The style and the pace of it is very, very different. And what I would say, Dan, is with strikers, your bread and butter is scoring goals. And yes, there's other attributes to his game that could be a bit better. And Dan, I'm probably the one person probably in the entire YouTube community that should be making Instagram reels and YouTube shorts defending him, but I haven't done that, because the reality is I'm not stupid. I see what I see in terms of, one, how the team are playing, how the team is set up, and his goal contribution and what he's done in the Arsenal shirt thus far, even though he's got the most goals for us this season. I think Lee made a good point yesterday. I was messaging a couple of people in group chats in regards to, it's amazing when you play the ball forwards a bit, isn't it? And when you get crosses into the box, things can happen, and strikers thrive off service, and always putting that ball in the corridor of uncertainty, as they say. I think, just to finish up, and this is my own personal opinion, Dan, and I've said this before publicly and privately, you can critique somebody, you can look at some performance and think they can do better. But I think some of the sort of character assassination that Gyökeres has endured from, forget rival fans, I'm talking about our fan base, from people that really should know a lot better, because this is not a player that's been at Arsenal for a number of years and has failed to deliver. AD said it, he's been here for 5 months. Would I want him to score more goals? I think Victor Gyökeres would have wanted to score more goals, to be honest with you, not forget me. But, I see a lot of loving and a lot of pandering and a lot of, to put it blunt, down, a lot of arse licking for certain Arsenal players that have been in this club for the last 2 or 3 years. And they are in their droves and very, 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 very quick to defend them when they shouldn't be either in the team, or their performances have been lackluster, or quite frankly, crap in an Arsenal shirt.
Like who, Albert? Like who?
Okay, let's look at the captain, for example, in terms of performances. And I've been very consistent in regards to my opinion about Martin Odegaard in his time in an Arsenal shirt, for example. And I've always said it when he came to us, Dan. I want to see him perform better in the away games, away from the Emirates. Because I didn't think he did that in an Arsenal shirt, Martin Odegaard, in my humble opinion. That changed and he got better. People said he needs to add in more goals. He had that season, he scored more goals. But he hasn't performed well. So when he had the cameo in the performance against Villa, and then you combine that down with, but the injuries, he hasn't looked the same, and he's been back in the fold long enough to be putting in better performances than he has. So I can critique someone like him and it has validity because he's been in an Arsenal shirt for a number of years, Dan. But I'm not going to turn around and start throwing gunshots and pulverizing Gyökeres, because I think sometimes the criticism has gone beyond criticism and it's come across quite personal. Now, Dan, when you look at the whole Sesko and Gyökeres thing and people are arguing and this and that and this, that and the third, and I always say this to finish up, Dan, right? And anyone can disagree with anyone, I don't really care. But when Mikel wants a player, it's very evident within certain sections of our fan base that they will hook, line and sinker defend certain players. But when it's a player that maybe Mikel didn't want or maybe didn't fancy and we have signed them, i.e. Victor Gyökeres being the person in front of us, the critique is very, very, very different and very, 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 very personal, to the point that Kenny Ken, for example, had his reservations about it. Me and Kenny Ken talk all the time. And he said, look, I have my concerns, and he's outlaid on your your channel many, many times, right? But one thing Kenny Ken has said to me is, I want the guy to succeed. I don't see some of the Arsenal fans with that same mindset when it comes to Victor Gyökeres. And if they think I'm talking about them, drop me a DM.
Do you know what it is, Albert?